as you may know, there are 3 orchestras that are part of the Verbier Festival. There is an orchestra which is called the Verbier Festival Junior Orchestra, which has young musicians between 15 and 18. Then there is the Verbier Festival Orchestra, which takes young professionals between 18 and 20. And after that, we have the Verbier Festival Chamber Orchestra, which is made by, the veterans of this educational system. And this orchestra really is the ambassador of the Verbier Festival abroad. And we're very lucky now because we do have 2 representatives of the Chamber Orchestra.
You've made it safely from the stage.
Yes.
Hyunjee Chung and Ian Sullivan, timpanist, thank you both for being brave enough to do a live interview straight after a performance, first of all.
Thank you for having us.
And I see, you could have brought the timpani in almost.
I went right from the stage to here. These are my sticks. Right here. Had no time to put them away.
So take us back to the beginning for you, your first time in Verbier. When did you first come here? To Verbier, and what were your first impressions?
Well, if I may start, my first year was in 2015. So it's my 10th anniversary at the festival.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. And I joined the Verbier Festival as a member of the Verbier Festival Orchestra. I did the festival orchestra for 3 years, and I started joining the Festival Chamber Orchestra since 2017, and it's such a joy coming back to the festival here at Verbier and all the tours.
And you, Ian?
My first summer here was 2012, and this summer actually really reminds me of this. This has nothing to do with music, but it has to do with the magic of this place. The first summer the weather was just like this. We were sort of in the cloud the whole time, which you would think, it's rainy the whole time. But I remember we were rehearsing at the Comba at the school, and you're facing the valley over there, and that's where all the clouds come in. And so I saw this cloud on the horizon coming in, and I was practicing in this percussion room that faces that way, and I was wondering if I opened the window, could I invite the cloud in? And the cloud came right into the room as I'm practicing. I'm touching this cloud, and it was like this childhood dream come true. It was to be able to do this thing. And so I'm sort of remembering the very first time that I got to come to this place through this weather, actually.
What a beautiful image. Yeah. It's very poetic. Yes. And so you both are in different sections of the orchestra, obviously.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, do you hang out all together, or are the sections sort of hanging out amongst themselves, or because there are different personalities depending on the instrument, correct?
Yes, that's true. I tend to hang out with everybody in general, and I was going to ask Ian, we were planning on going up to the mountain, some of us, to do the zip line, which we failed to do last year because we got a little too scared. But possibly this Wednesday. That was what I was going to ask after this interview or this chat. But we do hang out together at the pub, before the concert, after the concert, during the rehearsal breaks.
So you don't have different personalities. I know in some orchestras, it's very, the brass section goes out with the brass section. It's not like that here. It's much more.
We're all good friends.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We're all different, though, but I think we appreciate the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I describe this orchestra to people back home as a family reunion. It's some of the people I've been seeing since 2012, so 13 years. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't feel that way. There are the sort of instrument personalities generally, but I feel like what is really rewarding about this group is it just feels like one collective chamber music ensemble.
Yes.
Where when we're really firing on all cylinders, you're not really playing timpani or violin, you're just part of the group.
How easy is it to practice the timpani in a place like Verbier, though? I'm not imagining you have a chalet with timpani in, or do you?
No, I've been trying for 13 years, but they haven't released it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but we have this percussion room that's in the school at La Comba that faces the valley, and that's where we get to practice.
So you're not a nightmare neighbor then?
No, and I live in New York, and that was what my neighbors were worried about, and I said, don't worry, they don't fit through the doorways, so there's no way I'll be practicing at home.
How do you practice in New York then?
Same thing, I practice at work, we have a percussion room, and I would practice there. We're relegated to our own space.
Do you practice without the instrument sometimes?
Yes, actually, if you kind of catch me right past that window in here, I'll be warming up with like a rubber practice pad, and you'll see me sort of like hitting it and doing exercises to keep warm and be ready for the concert.
That's why these are
in a
here,
silent
isn't
way.
it?
Yes.
That's
That's why
why
these are here. You're ready to
Yes.
practice. Is it the same for the violin? Do you find that you're able to practice without the violin, this time away from the instrument too?
Well, I try to do that more as I get older. I used to spend many hours in a practice room, but I am still learning. But I've learned that it is also important to practice without the instrument and really learn the music inside out, not just my part, but everybody else's part, including Ian's part. So that's what I try to do when it's during the quiet hours. If I know that my chalet mates are napping, taking naps, of course I wouldn't bother them. So I try to listen to the music, different recordings, and learn the scores.
But you are also a conductor, correct? Or you're...
I am?
That's why. Now we know. Yes.
Yes. So it's been a little more interesting and exciting for me to be in this orchestra in particular. Now that I know how to read the scores,
Yes.
different claps, everybody's parts, it's just a different experience that I'm not only focusing on what I'm playing, what I have on the music, but everybody's parts. And it's in a way, I'm playing a game myself when I'm rehearsing, trying to process and listen and play, sing everybody's parts all together, which has been challenging.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us after the concert, and
Thank
enjoy
you.
a good...
Yes.
Yes, good luck
Glass
on the
of
zip
wine.
line. And it's
Yes.
now on record. So I'm
Now
afraid
we really have
you
to
have
do
to
this.
block
Now you
up
have
the
to go.
code.